Welcome to Core today for March 11th, 2020. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of Core right now and give you my opinion on them. Now, this is my opinion. If you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below. Put a link to each one of them right there so you can read about them for yourself and come up with your own opinion. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. And hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of cable TV and still watch the shows that you enjoy. Well, a lot has been happening in the world of cord cutting right now. Let's dive into it. Starting off with a new report has come out saying the average cost of cable TV, all the things from your Comcast or Spectrum bill combined, now costs more than all other utilities combined. You're paying more for cable TV than you are for your water, sewer, electrical, gas, whatever it may be. At least according to this survey. Now, we've definitely seen a lot of cable bills in the $200, $300, even $300 range. I'd love to know what you paid for your last cable TV bill. Are you still paying for cable TV? Let me know. How did that compare for everything else? You know, how did your water, sewer, power bill average up? Now, of course, this will vary. You know, when I lived in Michigan, the water bill was very cheap. Down in Texas, the water bill definitely costs a lot more money. So I'm kind of very interested to see how this adds up for you, the average reader, average viewer right here. So leave me a comment. Let me know, how does your average utility stack up? If you want to learn more about this study, how it was all broken out, check out that link in the show notes down below for more details. Next up, so we've heard for a while about a new Apple TV. This started over a month ago when an update for the Apple TV developer kit came out, which includes some coding talking about a new Apple TV. A little over a week ago, Target came out and basically confirmed it because they put a new Apple TV into their stock system and they marked it off in their stock. And that really has, since then, people have been finding little tidbits here, a little bit tidbits there about a new Apple TV. Now reports have come out saying that from Mac rumors that the new Apple TV's announcement may have been delayed. Originally, there was reports that Apple was holding a big event on March 31st, 2020. Pretty consistent. We expected a whole host of new Apple products, including a new Apple TV. Now, though, it's been reported again by Mac rumors that this event has been delayed. There's no new date picked, but because of the coronavirus that's going around and the fears of having a big public gathering, and reportedly, even though most of the factories in China have reopened, there's a lot of fear or supply issues running through the track right now. And there's reports that Apple may have feared they wouldn't be able to supply enough products at launch if they announced it now. So Apple's reportedly pushed it back. When's that going to be? Is that going to be April pushback? May pushback? It's hard to say. If it's a supply issue, maybe in a month or two they could do it. If they're worried about maybe a big public gathering, Apple's been very aggressive in saying, hey, work from home, we're doing this and that to kind of keep our employees safe, keep the general public safe. It could be that Apple decides to hold off even further. But I could very easily see Apple do their big event, but just stream it online when they get the product in. We're going to watch this very, very closely. But I do believe Apple is working on something new Apple related. And a related story to this, Apple, the new code that came out, I think it was yesterday or the day before, had new information about a brand new remote. Now, one of the main complaints about the Apple TV's current generation, though I know people do love it, but a lot of people really hate the new current Apple TV 4K remote. That touchpad, a lot of people just don't like it. Now we've received information from Apple inside their developer update that there is a new Apple TV remote in the works. I bet that would be the best selling. A new Apple TV probably will get some new buyers, but the current Apple TV, especially the 4K one, is a really powerful, really great device. But I could see a lot of Apple TV owners rushing out to buy a new remote. Apple has been lagging behind their competition. I don't really know how else to say it. In a very distant fourth place behind Roku, Fire TV, and depending on which survey, Game Systems, Chromecast, smart TVs are definitely ahead of the Apple TV and more. And then you got the Apple TV down here, depending on how you break out, do you consider a smart TV game system in that category? So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But I think a new Apple TV with a better remote would probably help them a lot. But I think what will help the most is a more aggressive. We've heard about talk for a while of a $100-ish Apple TV type discounted streaming player. If Apple can hit that $100 price mark, they could really then start seeing their market share improve. I just don't see Apple doing it. Everything we're seeing from like Target leaks and more says this will be another high-end premium player, $179-ish probably would be my guess from what I'm seeing. So we'll watch that very closely, but get your predictions in. What would you like to see in a new Apple TV? All right, speaking of a new Apple TV, we have reports out there from 9 to 5 Google, I believe it is, that a new Chromecast Ultra is coming. Now, I reported about this a while ago, that there was reports that this was happening, and now they say they've confirmed it, that Google is going to update the Chromecast Ultra and basically put Android TV on it and give it a remote. So it'll be an Android TV powered dongle with Chromecast built in, because Android TV has Chromecast built in. So you'll still be able to do everything you can do with your current Chromecast, but you'll have a traditional user interface, traditional remote, and more to control it with. And I actually think this is a really good idea. If Google has any hope of getting any market share in streaming, they've been severely lagging behind. The NVIDIA Shield has a decent following. Past the NVIDIA Shield, the market's kind of wide open right now for another Android TV device to really take off. There's some cheaper, lower end ones that do okay. Very interested in the new TiVo device coming out. You have the Sling Air TV and more, but none of them have seen widespread, huge market adoption. I think if Google comes here and adds a Android TV dongle at a reasonable price with good specs and 4K, with a remote and user interface that people are used to, I think that will go really well. Chromecast is great if you know how to use it. I think the problem comes, I got the babysitter coming over, I got my mom coming over, somebody who, has never used a Chromecast. It can be kind of confusing. Okay, how do I do this? You mean I have to have my phone? I see also parents like, hey, I don't want to give my kids the phone or tablet to surf it here and then cast it there. I just want to give them a remote to watch their, favorite kids show or something. So I think Google is onto something here. I hope that they follow through on this. Look for this maybe the next month or two. We'll see what happens with the new Chromecast Ultras. Will they even be called Chromecast? I bet they won't. I bet it'll have the form factor, but maybe a new name. Maybe the Chromecast Plus, something like that, where it's like it's a Chromecast but with Android TV or something. I don't know. We'll watch it. But let's keep moving along. According to a new report that's rolled out recently, and Jess has full breakdown of all this, and I really want your opinion on the story. By 2025, so in 5 years, 75% of consumers worldwide will exclusively stream content. Now, this is not just in the United States, though I don't think we're anywhere near 75% of Americans streaming content right now. But worldwide, the vast majority of Americans and human beings will be streaming content online. I want to know what you think. Do you agree with that report? Do you think that we're really that close to the mass majority? I could definitely see 50% of Americans or more doing it in 5 years. Cord cutting overall, though, you look at some spots like Canada and parts of Europe, they're about 3 to 5 years behind where America is in cord cutting. Some of that has to do with the services. We have a lot of services here. Canada is only now just getting some live TV services and different features. So 75% seems aggressive to me in the next 5 years. But I could easily see this expanding into 50%, especially within the United States, UK, different areas, Australia, and more. But will we see a lot of smaller countries do that? I don't know. It's a very interesting question. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think? Do you think in 5 years worldwide, they said 74% to be exact, not 75, 74, would be streaming their content exclusively online? Give me your predictions. I'd love to hear from you. All right, Roku has been betting big on Roku TVs. The CEO has even come out and talked about the fact that, hey, we're going to be a TV company. The future of smart streaming is smart TVs. Streaming players are great, but he sees smart TVs as the future. Roku's been very proud to say, hey, 1 in 3 smart TVs sold in the United States last year was a Roku TV. So I'd love to hear from you on what you think with all these numbers. Leave me a comment. Do you think that smart TVs, A, are the future? B, do you think Roku is poised to be the beneficiary of this as the majority streaming platform out there? You know, Roku's recently launched a lot of new partners. JVC, Magnavox, Philips, and more have all jumped on board. We're seeing more and more TV manufacturers. You know, one of my predictions for 2020 was this idea that that a major TV brand would launch a Roku TV line, and the vast majority of TVs sold in the United States would become Roku TVs. I don't know. Do you think I'm crazy? Do you agree? Let me know. Love to hear from you. All right, last story up of the day. The NBC Today show might move to streaming. There are reports from Variety that NBC News is looking at moving the Today show to streaming, probably to Peacock. Now, it doesn't mean it probably won't be on NBC, but I could definitely see everything on NBC is streamed on Peacock, plus additional hour, additional content on Peacock or on YouTube or somewhere different that you can't watch it if you don't subscribe. It's very interesting. I think this is actually not a bad idea for NBC. Increasingly, streaming is becoming where people are going. And I think Discovery's really proven this, that there are people who just really love particular content and they're willing to pay for more of it. The Discovery Food Network streaming service has done very well. If you're a Food Network fan and you really want more of that content, there are people who are willing to pay for that. ESPN Plus, for example. You know, there are sports fans. Okay, we got everything on ESPN still available on ESPN. But we got additional content here, which doesn't stream on ESPN or air on ESPN, now available for streaming on ESPN Plus. You know, content that traditionally wasn't on TV. So I'm going to keep a close eye on this. But is there any channel or any show where you were like, I would pay for more content of that? HGTV has come up a lot about this idea that, you know, they may launch something where if you're a huge fan of HGTV, you could get more. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Well, that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, Jess will be holding a core cutting Q&A. She's going to be answering your core cutting related questions. Leave her a nice comment. Give her some support. We'll appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow. And I really want to say thank you to everybody for your support. As always, if you have a tip, trick, whatever you may have found, go to corecarsnews.com, click on the contact us, send us an email, let us know what you found. We'll appreciate it. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, hit that thumbs up, send us a message. They are a huge help, you know, to that, because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. When you subscribe and give thumbs up, and hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of cable TV and still watch the shows you enjoy. Well, I hope you all take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Jess will see you tonight. Have a great day.